What's up, Juventini? It's been a while. Time to talk about a betting scandal, I guess, right? Well, there's another one out there for us to talk about, and two Juventus players are involved. Perin and McKennie. We're going to get to the details. Then you've got Rasmus Hojlund apparently being named as a concrete option. Why is that? I'll give you the two details as to why he could be legit an option for us moving forward. Then the futures of Colt Miners and Cambiaso in question. We'll go through the updates on both of them. And then our March MVP is named, but is he going to be playing tomorrow against Lecce? Igor Tudor's presser is ahead of us, and he bears all. We're going to get into this all together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, channel dedicated to Juventus. It's April 11th. Let's rock with the news. But first, one quick little birthday shout out, and that goes out to my beautiful daughter Lincoln, who turns 4 today, and my sister, who shares the exact same birthday. Tanti auguri to both of you. Now, let's get into a betting scandal. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, we know what happened with Nicolo Fagioli. Obviously, Sandro Tonali affected. Some of the names being brought out today in this report were part of that actual investigation as well. But basically, Milan prosecutors are investigating 12 players for placing bets on illegal websites from 2021 to 2023. Perin and McKennie are two of them from Juventus. Basically, the rest of the list is as follows: Florenzi, Zaniolo, Paredes, Di Maria, Bellanova, Ricci, Bonaiuto, Cancelleri, Firpo, and Gigante. So what happens here is basically we have to wait for Sports Justice to get involved and run their investigation. But right now, as it stands, this investigation is simply on illegal websites having to do with online poker. So for these players, what they could be facing is simply fines. Now, once Sports Justice breaks into it, if they find any other activity that involves sports, then it becomes a situation similar to what went down with Fagioli, etc. So for right now, it doesn't appear to be this big shocker that some of the media is making it out to be. Right now, this could simply be handled by just fines. Of course, we're going to follow it and wait for more details to come. As we get to Rasmus Hojlund yesterday being named as an option for Juventus, the majority of us all feel the same way. He just doesn't really do much for us in terms of hype. However, he is being listed as a concrete option, and there are a couple reasons why he's being listed as a concrete option. And Fabrizio Romano also stated that Juve has inquired about the player and they are interested. Well, one of the things is Giuntoli has admired the player since his days at Atalanta. So he's already admired him and has this liking towards Rasmus Hojlund. The other is the fact that Manchester United could be open up to a loan. And if they were open up to a loan, that would see Rasmus Hojlund being able to join Juventus and join us for the Club World Cup. Because right now, as it stands, we're set to say goodbye to Dusan Vlahovic, put him on the market. You were about to terminate the contract at season's end with Eric Milik. Obviously, with the situation around Kolo Muani being unknown, you're staring down the barrel of going to the Club World Cup with no strikers. So if Manchester United opens up to a loan to begin things with Hojlund, that could be the difference. But I do honestly believe that right now, everything hangs in the balance as to what happens with Kolo Muani. If PSG is open to a 1-year loan before a purchase, then I see Juve acting differently. But if Kolo Muani has to go away and Manchester United is open to a loan, then I could very much see Rasmus Hojlund joining Juventus. Let's see. But I do believe right now it all hangs in the balance as to what happens with Kolo Muani, and that could be critical as far as what happens up top. Let's see, everybody. For the futures of Colt Miners and Cambiaso, well, when it comes to Colt Miners, There's been speculation that they could look to move him. There is no such thing on Juve's mind for a couple of reasons. They do want to give him a second season, another chance, especially with what went down with Thiago Motta, and see if he can find his old form under Atalanta. There's also the financial aspect. Right now would not be the time because they would not get the value they need to even break even on Colt Miners. So they have to definitely carry forward into a second season for Colt Miners. For Cambiaso, we've seen and heard the change of tune from his entourage, from his agent. He apparently has full focus on Juventus for now. And the reason I say for now is because even Fabrizio Romano claims Manchester City still has Cambiaso in their sights and on their list. We saw how quick he reached an agreement in January. Let's wait and see what happens this summer. Now, you get to March. Our MVP has been named. It is Perin. He is the March MVP, and rightfully so, in my opinion. I think this guy could be named our season's MVP as a whole. And it was crazy that Motta went so many matches by benching this guy. Nonetheless, is he available for tomorrow's match? Well, Tudor speaks to it in the press conference, all right. He says, he confirms Perin and Imbangula are out. They will not be available for the match tomorrow. For Perin, Tudor only tells us that he did train in full today and with the group, which is a great sign. But as far as starting, Tudor says, let's wait and see, everybody. But he says every match from here on out must be treated like a final, and that can even affect the people that are suffering from nagging injuries and whatnot. If every match is a final, you need the best available group. But he says, I found a beautiful group of players here, and I love their response that has been positive. Asked about Chico Conceição, and he said, Chico, I like him a lot, and I'm hoping to find more balance for him. For Bremer, he loves seeing Bremer back, and he says he adds value simply with his presence around the team during this past week. For Lecce tomorrow, we must play well, as they are a strong team and they are dangerous on counterattacks, and they have a great coach that I respect. Look, you can respect him, but let's not show them too much respect on the pitch. Tomorrow must be 3 points, all right? But that wraps up Tudor's session on the press conference ahead of that match tomorrow. We are live 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, getting you hyped up for that game. I want to see you all there. But for now, like this video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, but let's mix it up in the comments. How do you feel about all the news you just heard here today? Can't wait to mix it up with y'all, and hope to see you tomorrow morning on the live. Till then, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus, ciao tutti.